Hi everybody, welcome to theskatingguy.com. I'm Coach Duncan, I'm the skating guy. What I'm going to talk about today is controlling your speed using your edges. So look, I'm going to show you one really well-known way to control your speed with your edges right off the bat, and everybody will recognize this. Everybody knows the 2-foot hockey stop, but we can do a lot just by using our edges to speed up, but mostly slow down, but even a little bit speeding up, just controlling our foot position and how much pressure we're putting on those edges into the ice. So I'm going to show you, I've got the camera angle down, so I'm hoping everybody will be able to see my feet today. But some ones everybody knows, that's a 1 o'clock stop. I'm turning my foot to the 1 o'clock. That's an 11 o'clock stop. And most people look at those as progressions for learning the hockey stop, right? And of course the snowplow stop as well. The snowplow stop isn't really isn't that useful in games once sort of you learn the other stops. But the 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock stop are not just progressions. They're skills we use. We just don't really identify them. We think of it more as just kind of scraping across the ice or digging in a bit to slow ourselves down. Really good skaters do that. Thomas Caberlo is really fantastic at it. We don't have to put quite as much turn always, and being able to change our speed and change it with increments is really important. So if I'm skating forward here, right, you'll see I'm going to do this kind of in slow motion, but that little kick slows me right down. Let's say I'm going at a higher speed and I'm trying to shake the defender who's skating with me. Grab them up here. Okay, so I'm going at higher speed. You see that? I don't have to turn my whole body and engage there to engage those edges and get a good stop in there or get a slow down. So I can do that little bit of a kick and decelerate myself. So here I come here. There we go, that changes my speed. Okay, that changes my speed, slows me down. So if the other guy's not able to match, that can create a little bit of time, a little bit of space for me, okay, to either make a move and get my shot, or alternatively to make a pass. So I can do that without coming to a full stop and doing a full stall. Okay, using our edges to slow ourselves down is something really useful, and we can do it without using both feet. We can do it with 1 foot. Now we can also change in our glide, of course, especially a lot of guys stick handle. Once they get up to speed, they get in closer to the net, they stick handle and glide. It's a useful thing to do because you've got a little bit more range of motion and use of your arms, your upper body when you're in a glide. And by changing the angles of your skates, of your blades contacting the ice, you can affect how fast you're going. So I can slow myself down. I can allow myself to go slower or faster by allowing more or less friction. So when I turn my edges, I'm allowing more friction. And when I keep my edges running straight, less friction, so I'll be going faster. Here. So here I am. That slows me down. Okay, or I can allow myself to keep going faster. So here I go. I just a little give my and then running, and I'm running faster. Okay, those little tiny adjustments. Especially maybe if I get into a wider stance out here, and I can come back in and actually give myself a little bit more speed. Everybody remembers this drill from way back when they learned to skate. It was called scoots when I was learning, because I've heard a whole lot of different names for it. But that's actually a good drill to do and learn to do at a high speed. I actually have guys do it. You see how fast they can do it and get as much power as they can out of that drill, because it teaches you to be able to be going, slow down. Right, I hardly move my feet there at all. We're talking about small adjustments. I hardly move my feet there at all. I wasn't sure if that came into the mic there. So I'm hardly moving my feet at all. I'm giving myself these small adjustments in speed by moving my feet, and that can help me create some space, create some offensive opportunities. Okay, and it can also help me manage if I see an opponent, say I'm defending, if I see his changes in speed, if he's good at that, if I'm good at it too, I can match him and I can stay with him and not let him create that space. So our edges and those smaller movements and those sort of fine-tuned moments are going to help us, or fine-tuned movements, they're going to help us to be a more effective player, especially offensive player, especially forwards. This is really useful for, helps you create some space when you are into that sort of last bit, when you're meeting the defender, when you've got a little room, you want a little more room, just enough to make that pass or make that move and get your shot off. So there we go, using our edges for speed control. I'm the Skating Guy. Thanks for coming to theskatingguy.com. Check us out on facebook.com/theskatingguy and on Twitter @theskatingguy. Thanks everybody for checking us out and come